Hi everyone, it's Athena and welcome back. This reading is going to be for the 14th and 15th, as tomorrow I will be busy. Okay. It's like, oh my God, she's not talking. Today we speak in silence. Okay, let's see what's going on for today and tomorrow. Again, it's a general, right? Okay, this literally flew out. Oh, I love it. Let me keep this one, these two. Wow, look at this. We are literally doing the work, right? Are we? Dropping all those burdens of our past. Oh, this is what comes with surrender, you know? Finally getting out of your own way and healing, right? We're healing past wounds. These are not wounds that are, I mean, some are healing. Obviously, it's not going to be for everyone, but when I felt this card, I feel that since we're literally dropping, right, everything and freeing ourselves, literally, this is in full surrender, complete surrender. So I do feel it is from past hurts, all-encompassing. And now we're ready to love again, are we not? But in a childlike innocence manner. It's innocent. It is pure. How do I know that? Well, look at how beautiful and pure this little child looks, right? He's transformed. He's no longer. This is innocent love. This is the purity of love. No longer feeling, right? So we're dropping the burdens. We're dropping the burdens, right? The burdens. We're getting out of our own way. We're doing our healing work, which is what? Focusing on yourself, okay? That's how you heal. You focus on yourself, you co-create, and then you move into a place where no longer is your love any less than any others. No longer are you the beggar. And sometimes the beggar actually is the one with the most purest heart, right? The pure heart. Who has that pure heart? Come on, we know it's the Queen of Cups, and we all have the Queen of Cups within us, mind you, right? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So we walk on the path of innocent love, pure love, right? Knowing now where we're headed. I mean, it's not a destination. Where we're headed is never a destination. It's a path. Because we're not scared. And some of us, right? Starseeds, light workers, we realize that the way to freedom is to drop the egoic mindset. To drop the need to be right. To drop into our hearts and finally allow the heart to heal. The two cards that stand alone are the Page and the Queen. So we have an innocent love that turns into a mature love, right? sorry, right? Walking into a whole new, we'll keep these under the horizon, and these are above the horizon. So now we've literally extracted the mind. We're no longer giving attention. We're no longer putting effort into our ego. We dropped the ego, we've become silent, and we are now moving into a new paradigm. This is like a paradigm shift. You shift from being fearful and scared and allowing your ego to control that with which you think, right? That is what it is, what the ego is, and all the fears that go along with it. And all, mind you, this is all encompassing of the fears out there of what's going on. You know, you can't control these things. So you release them. You release the need to know, the need to, the need to question anything. Because right now, we have a union of pure love, of self-love, and of innocent love, right? Do you see how much love is here, right? Innocent love, self-love, a twin flame union, a soul counterpart, whatever you want to label it as. Pure, innocent, twin flame, mature self. We become one. So, someone over this weekend is going to fall into their heart and fall in love. I mean, there's no doubt it's not a joke. Someone is going to fall in love. And they don't care who knows it. They don't care what others are going to say, think, or, gossip about, right? Let them gossip. They stay down here. And we become, the world is your oyster, but this world is literally, you can have it all. That's the mentality at this juncture of this reading. It's like, I don't care what anyone says. I'm going after what I want, and I want it all. And that's exactly what you're going to get, right? A passionate relationship, very driven. The water is also with the fire. So what does that mean? It could be a relationship that is, opposites attract, so to speak, right? We have common ground here because our love is pure. We want the same thing. Our vision of the love, right? Here's the vision. The vision of the love in which we seek, that is seeking you, is what you're attracting. And to add to that, the element of fire, meaning it's passionate, it's driven. It is wanting the same things, right? Let's figure out what we can do together. This is not a third party. This is the passion, the drive, the ambition. This is about utilizing the strength of this union and utilizing it for the betterment of the mentality of others. I heard mentality. So there is no, using it for others to, using it for others to learn from. Their mentality is, not everyone's on this same vibration. So you're teaching it to others, but it is this is an opposites attract type of relationship, but they're both going in the same direction. Okay, there's the mentality and the communication and the drive and the vision. That is exactly what we're going for. We're going for everything that we've ever written down, right? If you've ever done new moon wishes, it's happening now. If you ever wished on your vision board for your pure love, soul love, it's happening, right? And the truth of this situation, of this relationship, the truth of it all is that we see eye to eye. And our hearts are a match, right? And you're both coming in with the same, here's the thing, you're both coming in with the same wound. So this union is going to allow for both hearts to heal. You'll help each other heal. And okay, so what does water puts out fire, right? So just so you know that when these two are gonna butt heads, they're the water, the emotion of the deepness of love, of that love that they have, will put out any fires in their relationship. That's what makes, sometimes truly that's what makes opposites attract, right? It's kind of like when you're in the midst of a fight with someone and they say something really silly and it makes you laugh and you're like, oh my God. And you don't want to, you want to still be mad at them, right? You do. You want to still like, you know, you want to own that anger. But at the heart of the matter is where these two reside. So even through their trials and tribulations, right, whatever fires erupt, so to speak, they will both be able to utilize the polarity of water and fire, right? It'll just automatically, the fire will be you know, watered out, because this is a union that knows how to, they've gone through it all, so they know at this point how to put out the fires when it happens. And they do it through love. They do it through compassion and understanding, because that's what the Queen of Cups is all about. It's like, I don't want to fight. I just want to be, right? This is like make love, not war, right? It's exactly what it is. And then we have this beautiful spiritual union. I mean, this is a spiritual union. This has been placed by Spirit. I mean, hello, right? God has put these two together, right? And of course, let no man tear apart. We've walked through rough waters. Both of their energies have gone through the same type of situations. Absolutely. And now they know how to put out fires because they've done it. So before, they've done it in their past relationships. And this union coming together will show them also how much love they have for one another through those trials and tribulations, because they're all emotion. So this is a couple who's very connected through their heart space. They work from their heart space. They learn from their heart space. They are their heart space. And the passion is the vision that drives them. The passion and vision that drives them is all about their emotions. Everything in this relationship is about, how do you feel? So they're spiritually connected. They're vibing on the same level, and the mother and the father come out. The mother being the moon, the father being the sun, a union of like-minded souls have come together. I mean, there's no other way about this. I mean, there isn't, really. This is a union by which Spirit, Heavenly Father, has put these two together. Let no man really tear apart. I'm serious. And they come in, they're communicating the same way. They have the same depth of passion, not only for one another, because that's kind of 3D, right? It's not just that, the passion of a couple together. It's also the passion of working together to raise the vibration of humanity. The mentality of humanity, for sure, right? The vision is to raise that. That's what they're going to do together. Together. And this union will last over the rainbow, right? It's just crazy. I'm like, what? I really wasn't expecting this. I mean, we can keep going, whereby we say, we've both been through some really rough waters, some really emotional ups and downs, for sure. We've been waiting forever. Nothing was happening for so long. It's like, was it ever going to happen? Going through this one and that one, thinking maybe that's the person, almost talking yourself into, right? This is like self-deceit as well, right? This is like talking yourself into the fact that this person was your person. Now understand how this came out. This Queen and King of Swords, or sorry, I keep saying swords because okay. It's my bad. This Queen and King of Cups has this Queen of Wands here because they too were in relationships with fire signs. Sun, moon, rising, right? We have sun, moon, and of course rising right here. So they were in relationships with like-minded individuals. Like-minded, not like heart. Their passion, their drive was the same, but two fire signs together make more fire. But with, now all elements, we all have all the elements within us, yes? So when you become whole, you utilize your elements. You can play with the elements. Literally, it's kind of like a game. Like two fire signs together, if they're aware and conscious, their consciousness has risen, their vibration has risen, and they're awake to the understanding of their spirituality, they will turn that around. Their fights will become laughing, connecting. That'll be their thing. So this couple, though, split. They split, and they were both in the same relationships with others that were like-minded and who they thought was their person. Hence, it was their soulmate. It was probably karmic. And what ruined that relationship was their ego. I hope you're following. I know you are. Right? So it took a lot of strength to get out of their commitment and to say, this isn't working. And that's what they did. And that's how couples, right? It's like the thread. The couples get together, the thread, they're threaded, they're with each other, and then they unthread. Their time has expired, right? The thread gets thin. It's just like the red thread that we wear, or if you have worn one. You wear the thread and you make a wish. And when the, when it falls off your wrist, then your wish comes true. Now, let's keep going. So they wanted something tangible that they could really write home about. So what ended up happening was their similarities pulled them apart instead of bringing them together, because their egos got in the way. Their ego, the lion, the two fire signs, that could easily mean, it's kind of like move out of the way of a mirror, right? Wait, I gotta, that kind of relationship. Who's right? You get it? It's all surface. So that ended up transitioning into an ending of both parties, both Queen and King of Cups. They literally went through the ending with these two that were similar in their relationships with their last relationship. They parted because it was karmic and it was too much ego, and it was all about, the similarity became the difference. And then ended the relationship where Spirit said this was karmic and had to happen. But there was a fight about, it was an internal fight about the separating of the two. One wanted it and the other did not. But it ended up, justice had to be served, and it happened. Because they were not, it was all physical and it was all ego. So Spirit said it was all about this, and it was all about this. It was sex, love, passion. It was all about it was kind of a competition. This relationship with the Queen and King of Wands was a competitive relationship to their detriment. And they ended up fighting with one another, even though the passion was off the chain. But their higher self was trying to say, this is not working. It's not going to go down like you think. A lot of people end up with like-minded relationships and think, oh my God, right? So there was a holding back the tears, holding back the fears of what was really going to happen, which both of them at this point, especially when you have this, these cards here, right? When you're coming to the end. You always know, don't we? We always know we're coming right to the end. So the Blessed Mother held both their hands and helped them to finally resolve, by surrendering, to give up the fight and to work on themselves. They had to work on being very clear and very, I don't know why I'm saying cunning. Someone was cunning in the relationship during the split. And I'm going to sneeze, so that could very well be true. Their vision of their belief systems were not on point. So they had to work now on resolving new belief systems, resolving what they thought was true to their true to them, right? They split because it was all superficial, egoic, and their belief systems clashed, right? it was like always on defense mode, walking on eggshells kind of relationship, hanging by a thread, always, wishing upon a star, saying, when is this person going to tangibly come into my world? Well, Spirit said, not until you heal will you find your all. Where are you creating? Where are you putting your time and energy? Are you putting your time and energy into your work so that you can manifest some amazing creation? When a relationship splits, immediately, what do? We're so distraught that we forget about ourselves. And many in this kind of relationship, right, where they're like-minded relationships, they lose themselves in another. Their identity becomes the other person's identity. Hence, their ego has attached to the other person's ego, by which now they don't even know who they are. How many times can we attest to that? Probably kids were involved, but they had to look at the reality of what they were going through and knowing that what they really truly wanted was a love so true, right? But not necessarily the knight in shining armor. You see, this is not the swords, this is the cups. So they finally got to the healing process of wanting the real cup. You see, he got off the horse. We're almost to the end of the deck. So you continue to work on yourself. And then you continue to say, when, where, oh, where is my baby, right? But still working on yourself. So you're following your path now. Now you're on path. Because you've surrendered to needing another person and working on yourself. Well, let's keep going. Working on yourself. That's what happened. I love now myself. I love myself. I'll wait for the real deal. Whatever Spirit has in mind, I will wait and work on myself to the point where I will achieve everything that I want. My higher self, connected to the hawk, knows my higher truth, knows what I'm seeking because I am part of the whole. Now I get it. So now I celebrate me. And I celebrate my spirituality because I've grown, I've risen. I have risen. And now I look like this. I am very financially capable of handling myself. I'm very independent. Not to the point, not to the extreme, that I don't want my heart here to beat again. You know what I mean? In love. I haven't forgotten that. But right now, I will let go, and I will let God show me the way. And suddenly, in the midst of the co-creation of through one's energy of sorrow, pain, and healing, one comes to understand that it's not about the ego. It's about the happy life and love that one brings to the table with all their idiosyncrasies. And we follow the lead of Spirit. One resolves to say, I surrender completely, show me the way. And during that process of surrender, long ago, after the heartbreak of two energies like magnets going away, soulmates, one resorts to Spirit. It's like, okay, so now I really have to look in the mirror, and that's what happened. Both of them said, I really have to look in the mirror and see what it is that I want. Do I even know what I want? And have I ever, all those questions, right? Have I ever really been in love? Let me just do my quick little mini review of my life and see, have I really ever gotten to this point? To this point? Do I know what love feels like? And that's when the search begins, right? Okay, so let's continue on the story. Spirit now is driving everything. Of course, we've dropped the need to know. We considered ourselves really lucky that we escaped a situation that was two like-minded fires with fire. We escaped the inevitable. We could have literally stayed in that relationship and really someone could have gotten hurt. Because when two fire signs get together, we're talking, what's the flip side of that? Anger, aggression, physical abuse. Not saying anything bad about fire signs. I've got tons of fire in me. But understand, that's when you ascend to a higher understanding, consciousness, you can utilize the elements as, like, you can juggle. You can bring in some laughter. You can bring in the heart. You can bring in some grounding and or change your mind about what it is that, you're fighting about. You know what I mean? That becomes the game of life. So looking now, well, then you get to the point where we just escaped something that could have really gotten out of hand. Thank you. Gratitude. Thank you for the vision, even though I didn't like it. My ego was really trying to get me. My ego was really trying to get me to stay in this relationship because the ego, society, they love the fight. They love the divide, conquering and divide. Conquer and divide. That's what's happening out there. But this couple ended up splitting because of it. Because they were guided to do so. It was a soulmate relationship. So now one understands that you can utilize all the tools, which is fire, air, earth, water. Utilize all these tools for your own benefit. But utilize them within your infinity. Not as above, so below doesn't just mean, the infinity doesn't just mean as above, so below. The infinity means all your chakras aligning to where your ego has completely surrendered and you become innocent again. And when this transition happens during the healing process, we're going through the whole healing here. I'm going through the whole deck. When the process of healing happens and you become childlike again, God says, oh, they're ready to get wings to fly. They're ready to walk the plank. Right? Let's walk the plank. We're ready to take on a new foundation. We're building a new foundation here. We have been. We got wings to fly here. And now we need to take baby steps to rebuild this. That's why hence it's upside down. Because we just got wings. We're flying. And now we're back down to the earth plane and we're going to rebuild. What are we rebuilding? A life of who controls the ego. I'm in control now. ego, take a frappin' seat. Because I am attracting this. And I know, oh yeah, I know you're going to come after me. Because you're not going to like that I told the ego to sit down and take a seat. But my heart now rules. And I'm looking for my soul counterpart. And I'm waiting for spirit. This is beautiful. God is showing me the way. We have now completed we have gone through the complete deck, only to show you the story of how a soulmate karmic relationship that we once believed to be our true person had to teach us lessons of dropping and surrendering that which is no longer for our highest good. And this is exactly what happened. God said, I've got something better in store for you. So if you let go and you trust me, I'm going to show you the world. Giving you wings to fly and receiving a whole new mindset. And seeing that your passion can be utilized on a higher level. When following your heart, you can have it all. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Thank you all for your beautiful comments, your love. I send you much, much love. I'm taking my daughter to the airport tomorrow, so I'm out.